Completes. Noun, a completed survey. Verb, to finish, to make done, to reach the end. Make for. Verb, to set out to go, somewhere, to move towards. Gold. Noun, a heavy yellow elemental metal of great value, with atomic number 79 and symbol O. Verb, to pyrolyze or burn food until the color begins to change to a light brown, but not as dark as browning. Adjective, made of gold. Nature. Noun, the natural world, that which consists of all things unaffected by or predating human technology. Production and design. Compare ecosystem. Verb, to endow with natural qualities. Environmental. Adjective, pertaining to the environment. Level. Noun, a tool for finding whether a surface is level, or for creating a horizontal or vertical line of reference. Verb, to adjust so as to make as flat or perpendicular to the ground as possible. Adjective, the same height at all places. Parallel to a flat ground. Manner. Noun, mode of action, way of performing or doing anything. Depicts. Verb, to render a representation of something, using words, sounds, images, or other means. Epicenter. Noun, the point on the land or water surface directly above the focus. Or hypocenter, of an earthquake. Verb, of an earthquake, to have its epicenter at a specified location. Area. Noun, a measure of the extent of a surface, it is measured in square units. Holds. Noun, a grasp or grip. Verb, to grasp or grip. Noun, the cargo area of a ship or aircraft, often holds or cargo hold. Arise. Verb, to come up from a lower to a higher position. Heroes. Noun, somebody who possesses great bravery and carries out extraordinary or noble deeds. Dusk. Noun, a period of time at the end of day when the sun is below the horizon but before the full onset of night, especially the darker part of twilight. Verb, to begin to lose light or whiteness. To grow dusk. Adjective, tending to darkness or blackness. Moderately dark or black. Dusky. Boxer. Noun, a participant, fighter, in a boxing match. Complaint. Noun, the act of complaining. Awake. Adjective, not asleep, conscious. Collide. Verb, to impact directly, especially if violent. Arrange. Verb, to set up, to organize, to put into an orderly sequence or arrangement. Mistakenly. Adverb, wrongly, erroneously. Festive. Adjective, having the atmosphere, decoration, or attitude of a festival, holiday, or celebration. Giving. Verb, detransitive, to move, shift, provide something abstract or concrete to someone or something or somewhere. Noun, the act of bestowing as a gift, a conferring or imparting. Adjective, having the tendency to give, generous. Expressions. Noun, the action of expressing thoughts, ideas, feelings, etc. Balcony. Noun, an accessible structure extending from a building, especially outside a window. Lobster. Noun, a crustacean of the Nephropodidae family. Dark green or blue-black in color, turning bright red when cooked. With a hard shell and claws. Which is used as a seafood. Verb, to fish for lobsters. Adjective, red-colored, especially from a sunburn. Balcony. Noun, an accessible structure extending from a building, especially outside a window. Exploring. Verb, to seek for something or after someone. Noun, the action of the verb explore. Delayed. Verb, to put off until a later time. To defer. Verb, to dilute, temper. Although. Conjunction. Though, even though, in spite of or despite the fact that. Introducing a clause that expresses a concession. Internship. Noun, a job taken by a student in order to learn a profession or trade. Laughing. Verb, to show mirth, satisfaction, or derision, by peculiar movement of the muscles of the face, particularly of the mouth, causing a lighting up of the face and eyes, and usually accompanied by the emission of explosive or chuckling sounds from the chest and throat. To indulge in laughter. Noun. The action of the verb to laugh. Full. Adjective. Containing the maximum possible amount that can fit in the space available. Adverb. Fully. Quite. Very. Thoroughly. Completely. Exactly. Entirely. Acceptance. Noun. The act of accepting. A receiving of something offered. With acquiescence, approbation, or satisfaction, especially. Favorable reception. Approval. Noun. A conserved property of the light in an optical system which characterizes how spread out the light is in terms of angle and area. It is the product of its cross-sectional area, normal to the direction of propagation, and the solid angle it subtends. Anyway. Adverb. Regardless. Anyhow. Calculations. Noun. The act or process of calculating. Levels. Noun. A tool for finding whether a surface is level, or for creating a horizontal or vertical line of reference. Verb. To adjust so as to make as flat or perpendicular to the ground as possible. Foot. Noun. A biological structure found in many animals that is used for locomotion and that is frequently a separate organ at the terminal part of the leg. Verb. To use the foot to kick. Usually a ball. Activism. Noun. The practice of using action to achieve a result, such as political demonstration or a strike in support of or in opposition to an issue. Antique. Noun. A grotesque representation of a figure. A gargoyle. Adjective. Playful, funny, absurd. Noun. A pose. Often exaggerated. In anticipation of an action. For example, a brief squat before jumping. Noun. In general. Anything very old. Specifically. Verb. To search or shop for antiques. Adjective. Having existed in ancient times. Descended from antiquity. Used especially in reference to Greece and Rome. Majority. Noun. More than half, 50%, of some group. Missing. Verb. To fail to hit. Noun. A value that is missing. Adjective. Not able to be located. Gone. Misplaced. Looking. Noun. The act of one who looks. A glance. Meat. Noun. The flesh, muscle tissue, of an animal used as food. Capacity. Noun. The ability to hold, receive or absorb. Adjective. Filling the allotted space. Apology. Noun. An expression of remorse or regret for having said or done something that harmed another. An instance of apologizing. Saying that one is sorry. Naming. Verb. Detransitive. To give a name to. Noun. The process of giving names to things. Adjective. Giving a name to a person or thing. Depressing. Verb. To press down. Adjective. Causing depression or sadness. Army. Noun. A large, highly organized military force, concerned mainly with ground, rather than air or naval, operations. Necessary. Noun. Usually with the definite article. A place to do the necessary business of urination and defecation. An outhouse or lavatory. Adjective. Required. Essential. Whether logically inescapable or needed in order to achieve a desired result or avoid some penalty. Like. Noun. Usually in the plural. Something that a person likes. Prefers. Verb. To enjoy. Be pleased by. Favor. Be in favor of. Daddy. Noun. Usually childish. Father. Verb. To father. To sire. Actively. Adverb. In an active manner. Decides. Verb. To resolve. A contest, problem, dispute, etc. To choose, determine, or settle. Converter. Noun. A person or thing that converts. Egg. Noun. an approximately spherical or ellipsoidal body produced by birds, reptiles, insects and other animals, housing the embryo during its development. Verb, to throw eggs at. Businessman. Noun, a man in business, one who works at a commercial institution. Boy. Noun, a young male. Verb, to use the word boy to refer to someone. Interjection. Exclamation of surprise, pleasure or longing. Invariance. Noun, an invariant quantity, function etc. Network. Noun, a fabric or structure of fibrous elements attached to each other at regular intervals. Verb, to interact socially for the purpose of getting connections or personal advancement. Hire. Noun, payment for the temporary use of something. Inappropriate. Adjective, not appropriate, not suitable for the situation, time, or place. Express. Noun, a mode of transportation, often a train, that travels quickly or directly. Adjective, moving or operating quickly, as a train not making local stops. Fees. Noun, feudal law, a right to the use of a superior's land, as a stipend for services to be performed. Also, the land so held. A fief. Verb, to reward for services performed, or to be performed. To recompense. To hire or keep in hire. Hence, to bribe. Insufficient. Adjective, not sufficient. Gentleman. Noun, a man of gentle but not noble birth, particularly a man of means. Originally ownership of property, who does not work for a living but has no official status in a peerage. An armiferous man ranking below a knight. Noun, possessive case of gentleman, belonging to some or all gentlemen. Noun, a lavatory intended for use by men, often including urinals in addition to toilets. Main. Verb, short for mainline. Adjective, of chief or leading importance. Prime. Principal. Adverb, exceedingly, extremely, greatly, mightily, very, very much. Guess. Verb, to reach a partly, or totally, unqualified conclusion. Earning. Verb, to gain, success, reward, recognition, through applied effort or work. Verb, to curdle, as milk. Verb, to long, to yearn. Management. Noun, administration, the use of limited resources combined with forecasting, planning, leadership and execution skills to achieve predetermined specific goals. Courtyard. Noun, an area, open to the sky, partially or wholly surrounded by walls or buildings. Constructors. Noun, a person who, or thing that, constructs. Campaign. Noun, a series of operations undertaken to achieve a set goal. Verb, to take part in a campaign. Bellhop. Noun, an employee of a hotel who carries a guest's luggage and runs errands. Verb, to work as a bellhop. Am. Adverb, before noon. Hate. Noun, an object of hatred. Verb, to dislike intensely or greatly. Forester. Noun, a person who practices forestry. Essay. Noun, authorship, a written composition of moderate length, exploring a particular issue or subject. Dollar. Noun, official designation for currency in some parts of the world, including Canada, the United States, Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, and elsewhere. Its symbol is $. Lighter. Adjective, having light, bright, clear, not dark or obscure. Adjective, having little or relatively little actual weight, not cumbrous or unwieldy. Film. Noun, a thin layer of some substance. A pellicle, a membranous covering, causing opacity. Verb, to record, activity, or a motion picture. On photographic film. Fish. Noun, a cold-blooded vertebrate animal that lives in water, moving with the help of fins and breathing with gills. Death. Noun, the cessation of life and all associated processes. The end of an organism's existence as an entity independent from its environment and its return to an inert, non-living state. Android. Noun. A robot that is designed to look and act like a human being. Not necessarily male. Adjective. Possessing human qualities. Emits. Verb. To send out or give off. Continue. Noun. An option allowing a gamer to resume play after game over, when all lives have been lost. Verb. To proceed with. Doing an activity. To prolong an activity. Champagne. Noun. A sparkling white wine made from a blend of grapes, especially Chardonnay and Pinot, produced in Champagne, France, by the Méthode Champenoise. Verb. To ply or treat with champagne. Adjective. Of a very pale brownish gold color, similar to that of champagne. Following. Verb. To go after. To pursue. To move behind in the same path or direction. Noun. A group of followers, attendants or admirers. An entourage. Adjective. Coming next. Either in sequence or in time. Preposition. After. Subsequent to. Documentaries. Noun. A film, TV program, publication etc., which presents a social, political, scientific or historical subject in a factual or informative manner. Nights. Adverb. At night. Emergencies. Noun. A situation which poses an immediate risk and which requires urgent attention. Analyst. Noun. Someone who analyzes. Groups. Noun. A number of things or persons being in some relation to one another. Verb. To put together to form a group. Extensions. Noun. The act of extending. A stretching out, enlargement in length or breadth, an increase. Grass. Noun. Any plant of the family Poaceae, characterized by leaves that arise from nodes in the stem and leaf bases that wrap around the stem, especially those grown as ground cover rather than for grain. Verb. To lay out on the grass. To knock down an opponent etc. Heating. Verb. To cause an increase in temperature of an object or space. To cause to become hot. Often with up. Noun. A system that raises the temperature of a room or building. Compare heater. Adjective. Causing heat. Facilitate. Verb. To make easy or easier. Creature. Noun. A living being. An animal or, sometimes derogatory, a human. Cologne. Noun. A type of perfume consisting of 2 to 5% essential oils, 70 to 90% alcohol and water. Discourse. Noun. Verbal exchange. Conversation. Verb. To engage in discussion or conversation. To converse. Forwarded. Verb. To advance, promote. Gestures. Noun. A motion of the limbs or body, especially one made to emphasize speech. Verb. To make a gesture or gestures. Cinema. Noun. A movie theater, a movie house. Exude. Verb. To discharge through pores or incisions, as moisture or other liquid matter, to give out. Absorbent. Noun. Anything which absorbs. Adjective. Having the ability or tendency to absorb. Able to soak up liquid easily. Absorptive. Improvements. Noun. The act of improving, advancement or growth, a bettering. Cleaner. Noun. A person whose occupation is to clean floors, windows and other things. Mowing. Verb. To cut down grass or crops. Verb. To make grimaces. Mock. Verb. To put into mows. Noun. The activity by which something is mown. Messages. Noun. A communication, or what is communicated. Any concept or information conveyed. Verb. To send a message to. To transmit a message to. E.g. as text via a cell phone. Noun. Shopping. Groceries. Errands. Least. Noun. Something of the smallest possible extent. An indivisible unit. Adverb. Used for forming superlatives of adjectives. especially those that do not form the superlative by adding est. Hands. Noun. The part of the forelimb below the forearm or wrist in a human, and the corresponding part in many other animals. Verb. To give, pass, or transmit with the hand, literally or figuratively. Coastline. Noun. The shape, outline, or boundary of a coast. Expiry. Noun. A date by which an object either should not be used or loses its value, depending upon the item. Noun. End. Termination. Expiration. Dairy. Noun. Also dairy products or dairy produce. Products produced from milk. Noun. A place, often on a farm, where milk is processed and turned into products such as butter and cheese. Adjective. Referring to products produced from milk. Feelings. Noun. Sensation, particularly through the skin. He. Noun. The game of tag, or it, in which the player attempting to catch the others is called he. Pronoun. Personal. A male person or animal already known or implied. Lighter. Adjective. Having light, bright, clear, not dark or obscure. Adjective. Having little or relatively little actual weight, not cumbrous or unwieldy. Flavored. Verb. To add flavoring to something. Adjective. Having a specific taste, often due to the addition of flavoring. Beautifully. Adverb. In a beautiful manner. Bug. Noun. An insect of the order Hemiptera. The true bugs. Verb. To annoy. Noun. A microfossil, particularly a foraminiferan. Actually. Adverb. Modal. In act or in fact. Really, in truth, positively. Admit. Verb. To allow to enter. To grant entrance. To. Whether into a place, into the mind, or into consideration. Breastfeed. Verb. To feed a baby. Milk via the breasts. To suckle. To nurse. Channel. Noun. The physical confine of a river or slough, consisting of a bed and banks. Disobey. Verb. To refuse or, intentionally, fail to obey an order of somebody. Identification. Noun. The act of identifying, or proving to be the same. Doc. Noun. A doctor. Continually. Adverb. In a continual manner, non-stop. Emphasize. Verb. To stress, give emphasis or extra weight to something. Calculation. Noun. The act or process of calculating. Force out. Noun. An instance of an out created by touching a base in advance of a runner who has no base to return to while in possession of a ball which has already touched the ground. Verb. To cause something to be ejected. Flavors. Verb. To add flavoring to something. Letting. Verb. To allow to, not to prevent. Plus infinitive, but usually without to. Verb. To hinder, prevent, impede, hamper, cumber. To obstruct someone or something. Noun. The rental of accommodation. Impartiality. Noun. The quality of being impartial. Fairness. Chop. Noun. A cut of meat, often containing a section of a rib. Verb. To cut into pieces with short, vigorous cutting motions. Informative. Adjective. Providing information, especially providing useful or interesting information. Flexion. Noun. The act of bending a joint, especially a bone joint, the counteraction of extension. Arrive. Verb. To reach, to get to a certain place. Impressive. Adjective. Making, or tending to make, a positive impression, having power to impress. Cuisine. Noun. A characteristic style of preparing food, often associated with a place of origin. Noun. The art of cooking, generally. Id. Noun. The unconscious impulsive component of the personality in the Freudian psychoanalytic model. Light. Noun. Visible electromagnetic radiation. The human eye can typically detect radiation, light, in the wavelength range of about 400 to 750 nanometers. Nearby shorter and longer wavelength ranges, although not visible, are commonly called ultraviolet and infrared light. Fare. Noun, a going, journey, travel, voyage, course, passage. National. Noun, a subject of a nation. Adjective, of or having to do with a nation. Characterized. Verb, to depict someone or something a particular way, often negative. Invalidated. Verb, to make invalid, especially applied to contract law. Adjective, made invalid. Frequently. Adverb, at frequent intervals. Janitor. Noun, someone who looks after the maintenance and cleaning of a public building. Caring. Verb, to be concerned about, to have an interest in, to feel concern about. Noun, the act of one who cares. Adjective, of a person, kind, sensitive, empathetic. Elected. Verb, to choose or make a decision, to do something. Noun, one who is elected. Dependence. Noun, the state of being dependent, of relying upon another. Movements. Noun, physical motion between points in space. Conducting. Verb, to lead, or guide, to escort. Liquid. Noun, a substance that is flowing and keeping no shape, such as water, a substance of which the molecules, while not tending to separate from one another like those of a gas, readily change their relative position, and which therefore retains no definite shape, except that determined by the containing receptacle. An inelastic fluid. Adjective, flowing freely like water. Fluid, not solid and not gaseous. Composed of particles that move freely among each other on the slightest pressure. Coffee. Noun, a beverage made by infusing the beans of the coffee plant in hot water. Verb, to drink coffee. Adjective, of a pale brown color, like that of milk coffee. Earliest. Adjective, at a time in advance of the usual or expected event. Adverb, at a time before expected. Sooner than usual. Friendly. Noun, a game which is of no consequence in terms of ranking, betting, etc. Adjective, generally warm, approachable and easy to relate with in character. Noun, an accepted, but deprecated and rarely used, SI unit of area equal to 100 square meters, or a former unit of approximately the same extent. Symbol. Neglect. Noun, the act of neglecting. Verb, to fail to care for or attend to something. HTTP. Noun, alternative spelling of HTTP. Camp. Noun, an outdoor place acting as temporary accommodation in tents or other temporary structures. Verb, to live in a tent or similar temporary accommodation. Mirror. Noun, a smooth surface, usually made of glass with reflective material painted on the underside, that reflects light so as to give an image of what is in front of it. Verb, of an event, activity, behavior, etc. To be identical to be a copy of. Gaining. Verb, to acquire possession of. Noun, gain, profit. Disapprove. Verb, to condemn, to consider wrong or inappropriate, used with of. Dawn. Noun, the morning twilight period immediately before sunrise. Verb, to begin to brighten with daylight. Comes. Verb, to move from further away to nearer to. Longer. Adjective, having much distance from one terminating point on an object or an area to another terminating point. Usually applies to horizontal dimensions. See usage notes below. Adverb, over a great distance in space. Cinema. Noun, a movie theater, a movie house. Barrels. Noun, a round vessel or cask, of greater length than breadth, and bulging in the middle, made of staves bound with hoops, and having flat ends or heads. Sometimes applied to a similar cylindrical container made of metal. usually called a drum. Verb, to put or to pack in a barrel or barrels. Amazed. Verb, to fill with wonder and surprise. To astonish, astound, surprise or perplex. Adjective, astonished, confounded with fear, surprise, or wonder, greatly surprised. The following adposition may be at, with or by. Board. Noun, a relatively long, wide and thin piece of any material, usually wood or similar, often for use in construction or furniture making. Verb, to step or climb onto or otherwise enter a ship, aircraft, train or other conveyance. Liter. Noun, the metric unit of fluid measure, equal to 1 cubic decimeter. Symbols. L, L, L. Esteem. Noun, favorable regard. Verb, to set a high value on. To regard with respect or reverence. Expert. Noun, a person with extensive knowledge or ability in a given subject. Adjective, extraordinarily capable or knowledgeable. Exams. Noun, the act of examining. Accepted. Verb, to receive, especially with a consent, with favor, or with approval. Adjective, generally approved, believed, or recognized. Accomplished. Verb, to finish successfully. Adjective, completed, effected, established. Deck. Noun, any raised flat surface that can be walked on. A balcony, a porch, a raised patio, a flat rooftop. Verb, to furnish with a deck. As a vessel. Matching. Verb, to agree, to be equal, to correspond. Noun, the process by which things are matched together or paired up. Adjective, the same as another, sharing the same design. Mosque. Noun, a place of worship for Muslims, often having at least one minaret, a masjid. Chatted. Verb, to be engaged in informal conversation. Debris. Noun, rubble, wreckage, scattered remains of something destroyed. Contradictory. Noun, either of a pair of propositions that cannot both be true or both be false. Adjective, that contradicts something, such as an argument. Based. Verb, to give as its foundation or starting point. To lay the foundation of. Adjective, founded on, having a basis, often used in combining forms. Characterized. Verb, to depict someone or something a particular way, often negative. Bedroom. Noun, a room in a house where a bed is kept for sleeping. Drawbacks. Noun, a disadvantage, something that detracts or takes away. Grocery. Noun, usually groceries, retail foodstuffs and other household supplies. Verb, to go grocery shopping. Cockerel. Noun, a young male chicken. Early. Noun, a shift, scheduled work period, that takes place early in the day. Adjective, at a time in advance of the usual or expected event. Adverb, at a time before expected, sooner than usual. Leads. Noun, a heavy, pliable, inelastic metal element, having a bright, bluish color, but easily tarnished, both malleable and ductile, though with little tenacity. It is easily fusible, forms alloys with other metals, and is an ingredient of solder and type metal. Atomic number 82. Symbol Pb. From Latin plumbum. Verb, to cover, fill, or affect with lead. Noun, the act of leading or conducting. Guidance. Direction. Course. Verb, heading, to guide or conduct. Namesake. Noun, one who is named after another or for whom another is named. Verb, to name somebody after somebody else. Industrialist. Noun, a person involved in the ownership or management of an industrial enterprise. Exchange. Noun, an act of exchanging or trading. Bother. Noun, fuss, ado. Verb, to annoy, to disturb, to irritate. Interjection, a mild expression of annoyance. Duty. Noun, that which one is morally or legally obligated to do. Imagined. Verb, to form a mental image of something. To envision or create something in one's mind. Adjective, conceived or envisioned in the mind. Lately. Adverb, recently. Not long ago, of late. Members. Noun, one who officially belongs to a group. Mouse. Noun, any small rodent of the genus Mus. Verb, to move cautiously or furtively. In the manner of a mouse. The rodent, frequently used in the phrasal verb to mouse around. Hosted. Verb, to perform the role of a host.